A very long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away called Germany, there was a small UCI Continental team. Their name was REMBE Pro Cycling. And 3 years later, REMBE Pro Cycling is the best team in the world, leading the UCI World Ranking. Anyway, we'll start today's episode with the National Championships of New Zealand, both the ITT and the road race. I'll be honest, in this time trial we've got zero chance, so I'm gonna simulate this one. The winner is Finn Fisher Black, and we finished 13th, 18th and 21st. I certainly want to do better in the road race. 178.2 kilometers, a flat parkour, and we are the third favorite, but I do want to win this one. So Lawrence Spiffy, sorry buddy, but I'm coming for you. I'm pretty certain this is one of those national championships where the breakaway always wins, so I'm going in the breakaway first of all right, but also with the other two if I can. So that's the plan. Plenty of other attackers already, so that's perfect. Yeah, looking at the Sunday tempo in the peloton, I'm pretty sure the break will win 13 riders and 3 riders of REMBE, so similar storyline to last year. With 45k to go, Piffy has made his move in the peloton, but man, it's too late. It's 10 minutes to the breakaway and we are basically in full control here. Last 3 kilometers, doing the best lead out of his life. Pole right now, Burnett can take over. This is going to be a cakewalk, I reckon. Burnett can launch his sprint, Bauer in the wheel. We've got 1.2 kilometers to go. We can launch right now with Bauer. Nobody should be able to beat him. Bridgewater tries to come around, Hannon on the right, but easy victory 2 years in a row for Lewis Bauer, New Zealand national champion. Now let's be honest, the fact that I can go in the break with my entire team basically, and there's no response from Piffy or Corbin Strong, I'm sorry, but that's kind of a bug, you know? There must be something the developers can do to make these national championships more realistic to play. Looks like it's time for some good news. E3 Saxo Classic, we have a wildcard, same for Gent-Wevelgem, and same for the Tour of Flanders. But those races are still pretty far away. Anyway, with New Zealand behind us, we've got some Spanish and Portuguese races ahead of us. Clásica Jaen, the gravel classic, and after that, Andalucia and Algarve at the same time, so this should be fun. So we'll start off with this one. Clásica Jaen, hilly gravel classic. Last 2 years we were close but never won this race. This year I kind of want to compete for the victory. Wait, what? Luis Joe Lurs is now 77 mountain? That makes him my best climber together with Pablo Torres. Well, I'm certainly not complaining. And actually, that makes him the third favorite for this race, so let's see what we can do with that. When the race started, Movistar and UAE tried very hard to control break formation, but they kind of failed because there's a breakaway of 11 riders, but I feel like it's their responsibility to try and solve this problem, not mine. So I've got a plan. With about 30 kilometers to go, we've got 2 leaders, Lurs and Steinhauser, that don't exactly have the best puncher stats. So what I'll try and do is actually set a bit of tempo on the next climb, the second last climb, because if I can make it harder for the peloton on that climb, it becomes more of a long effort and not just a puncher effort. There we go, 17 kilometers to go, and we have split the peloton in multiple pieces, 20 riders off the front, so let's try and keep it that way. UAE and Movistar are helping us keep this gap. There we go, last 7 kilometers, the gap has been sustained. We are now at the front of the peloton with 3 riders, Alvarez, Lurs and Steinhauser. Let's do 85, not 90, and let's keep up this tempo. We've got Guerrero moving up on the left, we've got Solero on the right of that, Romeo sitting nicely there, Marti Barcello, Michael Tronchon, Wellens. This is the one we need to watch out for. Looks like UAE is trying to move up with Guerrero and Wellens. We've got a group of 8 riders right now, but still 3 riders of REMBE. Let's try and keep it up. There's 1 rider dropping, it's Tronchon. Barcello looks to be off the back pretty soon as well. Let's go 90 with Alvarez. Lurs in the wheel of that, come on. We can do this, we can do this. We're spending a lot of energy though. Let's do 87 on Lurs. Is that too much? I don't know. Wellens is suffering. Barcello is suffering. Mikel is suffering. I think we can do this. Let's do 90, 95. Let's sprint over the top here. Come on. Steinhauser in the wheel. It's gonna be a 1-2 for Lurs and Steinhauser, I reckon. Yes, yes, yes. Is it gonna be Lurs? Is it gonna be Steinhauser? It's gonna be Georg Steinhauser winning Clásica Jaen with a 1-2 for the team. That's amazing. This race is a testament to how much better our team has become over the last couple of years. Let's try and keep going. Now our next run of races will be pretty special because I think it's the first time in this series that we have 2 races at the same time. Andalucia and Algarve, both 5-day stage races. When it comes to the profile, Algarve starts with a sprint stage followed by an uphill medium mountain finish, I would say. Sprint stage on day 3, hilly parkour on day 4, Alto de Maiau, finishing with a time trial of 24 kilometers. And because of that final time trial, we are sending Georg Steinhauser, 76 mountain and 74 time trial. But our proper sprinting squad is here as well. Teutenberg combined with Niklas Behrens as a lead out, which makes us the 5th favorite on the fast sprint stage. Regardless, we're gonna try and take the victory. 7.5 kilometers to go, but this is a pretty chaotic final. Look at it. My train is in pieces at the moment, and I'm trying to get my guys to the front in one piece on the right side. Come on, come on, come on. Behrens will not be the lead-out man today because, well, he's got shit form on the day, 99. There we go. We've got Adrian Vlasov doing something rather odd at the front. Stamler with a +2 is our lead-out. +2 on Teutenberg as well, so that's 78 when it comes to a sprint. Energy shells on both Stamler and Teutenberg. Let's wait a little bit longer with Leidert right now. There we go. Behrens out of the way. Come on. Don't get blocked in, don't get blocked in, don't get blocked in. Come on, guys, try and get through, Stamler, oh, launch with Leidert, try and get through, come on. Stamler in the wheel, and this is awkward. Where is Teutenberg? Why is he not in the wheel? Nobody knows, but Teutenberg will launch. Teutenberg versus Ulich, Teutenberg. No, not even close. Oliveira wins, Rui Oliveira. Well, that's the end of our win streak, I guess. In the end, we get 4th, but I gotta say that final was so chaotic when it comes to ups and downs and corners everywhere that I just did not enjoy playing that. Anyway, at the same time as Algarve, we're gonna be racing Andalucia as well, starting off with a sprint stage as well, 8km time trial, then a hilly parkour, which looks like a versatile sprint stage to me, Hazalana's mountain stage on day 4, and finishing with a hilly uphill finish. And we are bringing our very own Spanish paella to this race, Pablo Torres 77 mountain. I will say with that 64 prologue stat, we are doomed to lose so much time in that 8km time trial. Anyway, starting off with a sprint stage, and we've got Lewis Bauer for this. Yeah, once again, a pretty chaotic sprint stage. Our train is supposed to be Aguirre then Borges, but Borges is hanging out with Bauer for some reason, so come on, guys, get in order. Oh, come on, let's try and find a way to get through. Ibon Ruiz, why did you block me, my friend? Come on, let's try and get through it. Alvarez somehow. What is happening? Aguirre, get out of the way. Borges, get out of the way. Energy shell, too late. Alvarez is right here. Bauer's... Where's Ballerstedt? Nowhere. Bauer can go in the wheel of Alvarez then. Let's do that. And we're going to try and launch with Alvarez in this corner. I don't know what I'm doing, man. Like, this ain't going to work at all. Look at it. Look in front of you. Filippo Ganna's going to win ahead of Barcelo and Gaviria. Gaviria can't even beat Barcelo anymore. Ballerstedt is in Narnia. Alvarez and Ballerstedt are both going to be beating Bauer today, it seems like. Or at least Ballerstedt will. What is this mess, man? What are these sprint stages? 15th, 18th, and 19th. Come on, that's horrible. Anyway, back to Algarve for a medium mountain stage, Alto de Foya with Georg Steinhauser. The gradients of that final climb were not too insane, so I don't expect major gaps, I think. When the race began, I saw loads of riders attacking and a 16-man breakaway has formed, so I decided to be in there with Louis Leidert, just in case we need a rider up the road. Like, in real life, Alto de Foya, the final climb, is usually a group sprint from the GC riders, but with all the climbs that come before on PCM, I feel like it might be more selective than I thought it would be. So I'm actually expecting a pretty explosive final. With about 40 kilometers to go, Leidert is back in the peloton. I decided to pull him back to pull the peloton forward because there's a massive split in the peloton with 80 people behind and I want to keep them behind. So let's try and keep pacing. We survived the ups and downs, 10 kilometers to go. Alto de Foya is left. This is not the craziest climb, but we gotta make sure we can follow though. 26 riders left in the peloton, and I'm gonna be honest, we're gonna have to go with Hannes Wilks because Steinhauser is just not looking that good today. Almeida pacing at the front, Evenepoel in the wheel, then Hayter, then Mühlberger, and then the Rembe Pro Cycling train. So we are well settled, but the pace is going up significantly. Jesus Christ, Almeida is hammering it, and he's doing that for Geoghegan Hart, I think, I would guess, because he's done for, so it definitely wasn't for himself. We've got attacks now. I'm going to try and do my own tempo with Wilks, otherwise we won't make it. Fitzke can take over from Steimle. 4.8 kilometers to go. Come on, team. Come on. We're going to make it to the top in one piece, and hopefully we can catch that group at the front somehow. There we go, catching Ben Healy. We're now 22 seconds off the front of the race, but someone's dropping. It's Magnus Sheffield. Oh, what is happening here? Should I go for a train formation? I don't think I should. Steinhauser can start protecting because Fitzke is done for. Last 2 kilometers. Let's go energy shell and let's do 87, something like that. We're not going to finish in that top 5, I think, but we're going to try and get as close as possible with Wilks. Last kilometer incoming. Paulus on the left of us. Berhe as well. We're not going to make it to that group. I should have attacked with them. I missed out there a little bit, yes. Last 500 meters. There goes Wilks. 94. The winner of the stage is going to be... I don't know. It's going to be Roglic, I think. No, Max Poole. Max Poole wins ahead of Roglic and Evenepoel. And we finish with some energy left. Oh, that's not great. In 6th position. I reckon I could have played that a little bit better. Next to 6th with Wilks, we also finish 8th with Steinhauser, which is actually a good thing, because if Steinhauser has a better day on the time trial and on the mountain stage that comes later in this race, then we can go for him anyway for GC. We're not bound solely to Hannes Wilks. But for now, Max Pool is the leader. I would like to get in the top 5 by the end of this race. This video is sponsored by Zwift. Zwift is the go-to training app that makes indoor cycling much more enjoyable. If you want to start Zwifting but you don't have an indoor smart trainer yet, you're lucky. Because right now you can get 10% off the following products: the Wahoo Kicker Core Zwift 1, the Wahoo Kicker Core with cassette, the Zwift Ride with Kicker Core, or if you already have a compatible smart trainer, the Zwift Ride frame by itself. To receive the 10% discount, use the link in the description and code BENGZ10. Both steps are important, link and code. Anyway, back to the video. Back to Andalucia again, 8.6 kilometer time trial. The prologue stat on Ganna is 85, so we definitely won't beat him. Because, well, we don't have a single rider at this race that can actually time trial. Pablo Torres with 64 prologue, so he's gonna lose some time. But I am gonna quick sim this one, let's go. Wait, we got second with Alvarez, 73 prologue, that's more than I expected. And Torres actually didn't lose that much time, 24 seconds only. That could have gone a lot worse. Anyway, it's sprinting time once again at Algarve with Tim Teutenberg as our man, so let's try and get a win here. Really, Georg? On a sprint stage you've got a +3 day? Come on, man. Do that on a bloody mountain stage next time. Anyway, despite a +3 on Niklas Behrens, he only has a +1 on a sprint stat, so only 76, and Teutenberg with a 0 day has the same, so 77 sprint for him. It's still Teutenberg day. 7 kilometers to go, our train is on the right side of the road. Steinhauser can take over pretty soon. He's got a good day, so he might as well use it. Leidert out of the way, my friend. Teutenberg, no energy gel yet, come on. Our train is in full control right now with 5 kilometers left. And I'm actually going to be able to launch with Stamler a bit early right now, maybe. Steinhauser, get out of the way. Energy gel on Teutenberg. Maybe that was a bit late. Come on, Stamler. Stamler. Move up, my man. Move up. No. Oliveira, don't block us. Don't block us. Stamler can sprint. Behrens in the wheel can launch his sprint. Teutenberg as well, because it's a roundabout right there. Let's see. Behrens. Teutenberg tries to come past. We're gonna get destroyed in the last 2 meters. Kopechki wins. That is very sad. In the end, we get 5th and 7th with Behrens and Teutenberg, so our main sprinter doesn't even beat his lead out. Now, there is something I do want to talk about, the scaling of a Pro Cycling Manager stage. If you didn't know, a real-life stage is super long, obviously. But in Pro Cycling Manager, the distance is actually 1/10 versus real life. This means that the last kilometer in the game is actually the last 10 kilometers in real life, which is the reason that so many sprints on Pro Cycling Manager have roundabouts, corners and so forth in the last few meters. And like, to be clear, it's a great thing that the game scales down the real distance to make the game more enjoyable and more playable. But when it comes to sprints, it really hurts the gameplay in my opinion. I just want to be able to sprint on a damn straight road. Anyway, talking about sprints, let's take a look at the parkour of Andalucia. It's basically a hill stage with a hill in the last 10 kilometers, but I reckon this is kind of just a versatile sprint stage. I genuinely think I can get Lewis Bauer over that hill. Not a single rider in the peloton decided to go in the breakaway, so I decided to do so myself with Julian Boresch. A bit of a solo day out. Unfortunately, Julian Boresch has been caught, so my train is now storming towards that hill with Iago Aguirre leading the charge. And that hill is not too big, so I can get over it with Bauer, but should I attack with Torres instead? That's also an option. There we go, the hill is here. Iago Aguirre is basically done for. Let's do 90, not 95. Let's keep ourselves hammering it at the front of the peloton. Perikas can go 93. I don't want to go too fast. Let's do 90. I don't want to ruin the red on Torres, and I don't want to destroy Bauer completely either. There we go. Iago is gone for. Come on, almost at the top. I'm going to... Let's stop following with Ballerstedt. Ballerstedt can just sit up, and Perikas can attack all out with the other two in the wheel. There we go. And a 3-prong attack is off the charge. We've got all these 3 pacing 99 together, I guess. Torres will be the strongest here though. Oh no, that was so dumb. Can I get to the wheel of Torres somehow? There we go. Alvarez keep following. What have I done? Oh my god, I should not have done that. Ballerstedt back to the wheel of Alvarez. Let's sit up with Alvarez. Let's get to the wheel of Ganna for now. Let's try and form a bit of a sprint train here, but these guys can go 99 into the descent together with 8 seconds on the peloton, so... What is happening? Like, this is not what was planned at all. Alvarez Yeah, we're getting caught. So we might as well go back to the sprint train option. Torres can just automatic and Pericas can take over with the other guys almost in the wheel. Ballerstedt, get to the front with Bauer. Get to the front with Bauer. We really bottled it, didn't we? I think we did at least. Ballerstedt, get to the wheel. Bauer is here as well. Okay, we are cooking again. 99 is good. Alvarez can actually take over on 99. Pericas, get out of the way. Ghana is in the right wheel, which is Alvarez's wheel. That's not great. Come on, Ballerstedt. It's your turn to do the lead out of a lifetime here. We can still do this. Let's go right now on the left side of the road. Bauer can launch right now from your wheel with 1 kilometer to go. Come on, Bauer. Come on, Bauer. Come on, Bauer. Consonni is gonna win. Come on. We're getting fourth on this one. We're losing the sprint from Filippo fucking Ghana. Come on. Like, this episode started so well, but it's all going downhill every single stage that follows. 4th, 6th, 11th, 16th, but no top 3. Anyway, when it comes to GC, he's still on 24 seconds, so we're still in the running. Let's hope Pablo Torres can bring this one home. It's time for Alto de Mayao and Algarve, but I gotta be honest, the previous mountain stage, Alto de Foya, seems to be the queen stage, because this one, I don't expect too many differences. So while we do have 2 riders in that top 10, I don't expect to be able to move up much today, but we'll try nonetheless. 6.5 kilometers to go and only 1 obstacle left. Alto de Mayao, 53-man peloton, and I'm controlling it with Teutenberg at the moment. Berens is done for, plenty of riders left for our team, so we're looking good so far. There we go, into the descent and onto the hill. There we go. 3.5 kilometers only is this climb. Fitz can take over. Teutenberg can protect him. Steinhauser in full wheel at the moment. Is that too far back? It might be, to be honest. Oh, this might not be the best strategy, but I'm doing it anyway. Let's do 90 over the top here. Max Pool on the left side of the road. Wilch has Steinhauser in the wheel. I think I should go with Steinhauser himself right now and have Wilch protect him. Maybe something like that. Is that an idea? What shall I do with these 2 guys? I'll attack. That was probably not a good idea, but I'm going to do it anyway. Nah, this is a waste. It's a complete waste, these guys. Why did I do that with Stammler and so forth? Nobody knows. Let's do 94. Forgot my energy gels completely. 95. Come on, over the top, over the top, over the top. Come on, 92, 92. We're going to finish with those guys, please. Come on, come on. Bridget, Bridget, Bridget. No, we won't. Paulus is winning the stage. We kind of bottled that final climb completely, but we're going to be finishing in the top 10 with both 4 riders, so we shall sustain that top 10 we have. Like, I'm not sure what I did there with Fitzke and Stammler, but I guess my intrusive thoughts took over for a second. Whoopsie. On the stage, we got P7 with Steinhauser and 10th with Wilksch. In GC, that makes 7th and 8th, so 2 riders in that top 10 still. But honestly, every single rider above us has a better time trial stat, so for the time trial, we are doomed. But then again, the riders behind us, except Sepkus here with 74, don't have a time trial stat, so we should be able to keep most of them behind us. Anyway, it's time for the queen stage of Vuelta a Andalucia, Ruta del Sol, Alto de Hazayanas. Pretty solid mountain at the end of the stage, and we are 6th favored with Pablo Torres, 77 mountain, so let's try our best. Come on, Pablo Torres, I'm praying to the cycling gods. You can do this, buddy. I decided to hop in the breaker with Hector Alvarez, and I'm actually going to try and take these KOM points right now, because I swear I can actually win this classification if I take those points. I don't know if I did. With 13 points, Hector Alvarez in the lead, so that's great. There we go. Alvarez is caught in the peloton. He can go back to, well, doing nothing for now. 14 kilometers to go, and the tempo in the peloton is speeding up significantly, and we're not even on the final climb yet. We've got UAE pacing like crazy, rider by rider, so I am chuckling in danger. And the final climb has begun, and the next 2 kilometers are really fucking steep. So Torres trying to keep himself near the front and the rest of the team around him to protect him when necessary. Ghana is moving up on the left side of the road. He's kind of in third position right now. I don't want to be that far up because I don't want to waste too much energy at this phase in the race, but I also gotta make sure I can follow. So let's try and keep doing that. Our positioning is pretty much awful, but at the moment it looks like it's gonna be a large group going to the top of this climb with 2 kilometers to go. Come on, Torres. Last 2 kilometers. Spend your energy now. Spend your energy. Move past people one by one. Ghana is about to drop. We move past people. Come on. 91, 92. 1 kilometer to go. I should have gone earlier. I should have moved up earlier. It's going to be 97 towards the top here. We're going to finish with the front riders, but We could have done better here. Bernal wins ahead of Vine and Storer. And honestly, looking at Pericas, he had a better day than Torres today, that's for sure. No Pablo Torres in the top 20 because we finished 21st and 22nd. That is abysmal. We did move up quite a bit in GC, but to 11th place, so what do we buy with that? Nothing. Top 10, top 5, top 3, winning. Those results matter, but 11th doesn't matter. I'm sorry, Pablo, but it's not good enough. Anyway, it's time to finish off Algarve with a 24.4 kilometer time trial, and looking at the start list, it might as well be the World Championships. 84 Remco Evenepoel, 84 Tarling, and 82 Sheffield. That's crazy. We've got Steinhauser with 74 and Wilksch with 71. And our goal is sustaining their top 10 in GC. I reckon this is the first time we see that German national champion jersey on Stammler, so looking pretty good, my friend. Hannes Wilksch is on the road with a +1 on the day, so 73 time trial. I need to pause it now. We've got him on 84 right now, and we have Steinhauser starting pretty soon as well, so let's also start on roughly 84. There we go. Last kilometer for Hannes Wilksch, and his yellow bar has run out, so red bar is the only thing he has. Come on, man. To the finish line, to the finish line, to the finish line. Steinhauser coming in as well, so let's do 90, something like that, not too much more. And he's gonna be finishing right now, and I don't know what those results mean. So, Tarling wins the time trial, but most importantly, Steinhauser 34, while Stammler gets the top 20, and also where's Wilksch? 55th. But I'm terrified to open GC. Well, that's kind of boring. We just stay in the same place, 7th and 8th. Like, to be clear, I am happy. We are keeping our top 10 with both riders, although I was expecting more than 7th when this race started. Anyway, on to the final stage of Valenciana. Alto de Ayanadas, basically an uphill finish, and we are 11th in GC, so let's try and move up into that top 10 as well, somehow. We're not on the final steep wall yet with 11k to go, but the climbing is already happening and the pacing of Movistar and UAE is excruciating already, so I'm suffering under their hands right now. They are literally sprinting towards the final ramp, one small downhill to go and then the steep section starts, and I'm trying to keep myself at the front, but it's very difficult right now. Come on guys, 2.8 kilometers, we can do this. I hate these kind of finishes, these finishes where you kind of basically just have to pace and the AI just paces faster than you anyway, so it's impossible to win these stages, but I'm just doing my best and see what I can do here. Looks like Torres is literally spending more energy than Iago and Pericas in his wheel, so this is definitely not the right strategy. Last 1.7 kilometers, come on man, Torres, move up, move up, move up. Alvarez can protect, there we go, come on, come on, come on. 88, last 1.5 kilometers, 89 maybe. Keep going on effort cursor, no sprinting today. Vine is sprinting away at the front though, but we are trying to get to the finish line. That's the only thing that matters. Pericas in the wheel can protect. Iago is there as well. He's just gonna roll it in apparently. And we're gonna try and finish not on a gap. Come on, come on, come on. 97, go to the line, go to the line, go to the line. 99, I don't want to be on a gap. Jaen wins and close that gap, someone. Close that gap, someone. Please don't create a gap. That's gonna be a gap. That is gonna be a gap, I fear. I'm afraid we might be on a gap. I'm sorry, but how is that a 21-second gap? That was a gap of 2 meters, and it's 21 seconds. I've been absolutely robbed right here. Wait, I was gonna say robbed of my 11th place, but we move up to 10th, so somehow we, reverse carded the robbing? Hey, top 10, I'll take it. By the way, how do you ride races like this? Do you have to make a train or do you protect your leader? Because I feel like the leader protecting is not exactly working. Looking back, we started off today's episode pretty bloody great. Klassica Jaen, New Zealand national champion, but once those stage races started, I felt like we could have performed better in those. Anyway, we'll try to prove the haters wrong in the next episode. Omloop het Nieuwsblad, Strade Bianche, Kuurne-Brussel-Kuurne, and so forth, so some good classics. I do want to ask, for me it was a bit chaotic to ride both races, Andalucia and Algarve, at the same time in this video. Is there a way I can present those races, which are both happening at the same time, in a more easy to eat format? Like putting one in front of the other in the video, for example. I want to hear what you think in the comment section. But that's the end of today's video. As always, thank you for watching. Thanks to REMBE for sponsoring this series, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.